Hi, my name's Dave Francis, and we're going to take a moment to talk about how to use the Go2 ladder by Little Giant Ladders. Now, there's only two operations that you need to adjust the Go2 to all the different configurations. The first one is the hinge lock, which are these orange knobs here at the top. And all you need to do to open the hinge locks is just press them down and they'll lock into place. That allows you to open it to the next usable position. The second function is the lock tabs on the side. They're these hooks on both sides of the ladder. They adjust the height. Between those two, you can adjust the ladder into all the different configurations. Now, to use the lock tabs, just pull them out. I find it's easier if you just rest them on the outside of the channel. They do spin 360, but just leave them rested on the outside of that channel. Now, once one side is unlocked, just push the intersection away from you. That allows the outer to just slide down the intersection. You can lock that at 3 feet, 4 feet, or 5 feet. And then just reach across and unlock the second side and pull that towards you and then lock that into place. Now, the Go2 is a 250-pound rated type 1 ladder, but that's 250 pounds per side. So in an A-frame position, two people can work on this ladder at the same time for all of those jobs where you need more than 1 or 2 hands. Now, if you're working on any kind of sloping ground or staircases, you can again adjust your ladder by pulling out the lock tabs on the side and then drop that side down. Locking it into this position gives you a 90-degree ladder. If you're working up against walls or into corners, up against a vehicle and you don't want to scratch it, you can drop that one side down, put this up against the wall, and then step to this side, climb up and work directly into the job instead of leaning off of the side of an A-frame ladder. Now, if you're on any kind of sloping ground, just raise that up and put it on that sloping ground. If you're on a staircase, you can adjust that one side more. Now your ladder can work safely up and down a staircase, something a traditional A-frame ladder can't do. And you can just take that ladder up the stairs with you, set it on the stairs where you're working and work safely in that position. Now, in the extension position, you're going to want to press those hinge locks down again and then open this ladder all the way up into an extension position. Lay it on the ground and then unlock your lock tabs and then telescope each side to the desired height. That's going to give you a 7-foot ladder, 8-foot ladder, 9-foot ladder. Come over here. That's going to give you a 10-foot, 11-foot. That's 11 feet tip to tip. That's a 13-foot working height. Flip that ladder over so that those rungs are facing in the right direction and put those feet up against the wall that you're going to be working on. Then walk to this side, raise the ladder up, and then work rung by rung up until you get the ladder leaned up. Then grab the ladder at the base and pull it out until you get to that proper 4-to-1 ratio. Now, the easiest way to determine that is put your toes at the base of the ladder, hold your arms straight out so that the palms of your hands are on the rung at shoulder height. That's going to set your ladder up at the proper angle. Now, to bring this back down, just reverse the process. Push the bottom back up against the wall, work your way hand over hand, all the way back down to the ground. Flip it back over, and then telescope those outer sections back in by unlocking the lock tabs and sliding those back into place. Now, press your hinge locks on both sides. That's going to allow that ladder to go back into the A-frame position. Let me show you one last thing that this ladder does. Have you ever been painting a room and you climb up and you're taping the wall and then all of a sudden you have to get down and move your ladder and the tape falls back out? Well, this ladder will actually come apart. You can just unlock and slide the outer section off of one side, come over to the other side, tip it up, slide that outer section off. That gives you a 3-foot trestle. Now, take your 2 outer sections, place them together, turn one of them so that it's facing in the same direction as the other one. So you're going to want the rungs both facing either left or right. And then take the lock from the one in front and rotate it around and put it in the hole in the one in the back. Do that on both sides. Now, open those up, making sure that this one drops down and rests against the side like that. Now, that's going to give you 2 3-foot trestles. Now with a telescoping plank or a 2x12 board, you can make a 1-foot or a 2-foot scaffolding that you can walk from one end of the wall to the other, finishing that paint job in a fraction of the time. Now, if you're going to use it as a workbench, you can put it here on the top and use it as a 3-foot workbench, but 1-foot and 2-foot as scaffolding. To put it back together, tip that back into place, unlock those lock tabs, and then just slide these outers back on this inner section. So just tip that up, line those up, and then slide it into place. And then do the same on the other side. Just going to put your ladder back in place and then lock those back for your storage position. That's the Go2 ladder by Little Giant Ladder Systems.